Hi people, I hope you're doing fine. Today our subject of our class is tag question and we will be talking about it. At the end I will show you some images, cartoons, some characters, and of course before watching this class you already know what to do. And let's start it. Talking about the definition of a tag question, we can say it's a statement followed by a mini question. We can also say that it's a question done to confirm an information you imagine is true. And we use it to ask for confirmation. We have the examples here. Your sister lives in Spain, doesn't she? And here we have an image of the Gaudi church that is in Spain. So if a girl take a picture in front of this place and it's the place she lives, you know she lives in Spain. So it's a reference for you to know what the people or the person told you before. The type of statement we are talking when we talk about tag questions can be negative or positive. And the question tag is different from the type of statement. Tag question is also more common in speaking than in writing. We have here some examples. The trains are never on time, are they? And she is a doctor, isn't she? And here we have an image of a doctor, and we have some elements that give us an idea that she is a doctor, because she's dressing in white clothes, she has a stethoscope on her. So those elements can make us think or know she is a doctor. When we talk about tag question, it's also important to talk about the auxiliary verb. Because if there is an auxiliary verb in the statement, we use it to form the tag question. So instead of doing changes in the main verb, in the tag question, we change the auxiliary verb. We have here some examples. Your parents have retired, haven't they? The phone didn't ring, did it? And here, as you can see, we have an image of an old phone. And I would like to ask you if you know how this phone works. Try to explain it for your teacher. Another important thing to talk about tag question is some specific types of structures related to the verb to be. So for the first person in the singular, while the affirmative tag question is am I? The negative tag question is aren't I? So it's a bit different, it's a bit peculiar. We also have an expression called in it, that is a tag question most used, is informal tag question, mostly used in Britain and in British English. And here we have some sentences. I am going to get an email with details, aren't I? You like to use email, in it? And this informal tag question is even interesting because you can use with any verb and any auxiliary verb, it doesn't matter. So it's a strategy for you if, for example, if you don't remember the tag question, you can use in it, but The people who is talking to you maybe can think you are British or you study British English, probably. And here we have the email symbol in the image, as you can see. And I would like to know if you are using email, how do you use it, in what form? Talking about tag questions, I'll bring you here an example of a tag question in a cultural element. But before, we have to talk a little bit about Snoopy. Snoopy is an anthropomorphic beagle in the comic strip Peanuts by Charles M. Schulz. As you can see in the image, we have Peanuts, the main character, and Snoopy. And you can see there are the using of a tag question in this comic strip. And I would like to ask you also if you know about Snoopy, if you know about other characters in this comic strip, and if you know, just tell me. Talking about comics characters, I bring you here South Park. South Park is a very interesting one to discuss because it's a show that became infamous and famous for its profanity and dark, surreal humor. And you can see the picture here of the four main characters of this cartoon. And it's interesting because despite the image look childish, the content on South Park is, I could say, politically incorrect, not just for kids, but for adults too. Because they make jokes about everything, about anything. They don't have too much limits in a way. But me personally, I think it's funny. And I think art is the area you can do crazy things. And people do crazy things in art to not do it in real life, I guess. But I would like to know if you know about South Park and what is your opinion about South Park content related to the image, to the childish drawings and childish image of the cartoon, but the more than adult content. What is your opinion on that? Today in our activity, you can see I'm surrounded by kids, and my question to you is, do you think kids should talk about any subject? So, what is your opinion on that? Is there any subject a kid should not talk about? Which one? Alright, so see you around. Bye bye.